What's up, everybody? So this video we're going to go over just the basics on how to backtest and optimize a strategy. So we're going to be using the strategy from the last video, the RSI engulfing with increasing volume. And so first thing we want to do is open Strategy Analyzer. We're going to open that. To run backtests, you are going to need to download historical data. So to do that, you come to make sure you're connected to some sort of data. You can go Tools, Historical Data, Download, and put in what instrument and the dates you are going to be backtesting. And just press Download. So you'll need that. Then here in the Strategy Analyzer tab, we're going to go to Strategy Retesting. And so now, with just the Strategy Analyzer, or with just backtest, we can manually change this, and it will, load much quicker. We're going to do everything on NQ. So we put in, parameters, instrument, what type of data, start, end dates, trading hours, and then for NQ we'll just do one slippage and include commission. So now run, and these are the results from January 1st till today. So actually made money, which pretty good, but it did only take 15 trades. So that's just pretty much how you do backtest. But changing this from 15 to 25, and now it's not profitable. So every little tweak is going to have a major difference on the outcome. So we want to find the best ones. So we're going to do optimization. Now, there's a lot of different ways to do this, and people are all going to tell you different things. And I don't even know which is the best, but one that I like to do to find the best is I come to Optimizer Genetic, come here, and then change the generation to 1, the generation size to 1,000, and conversion threshold to 800. So instead of usually Optimizer is going to run through, say RSI offset is 10, 20 by 1. You're just going to run through testing every scenario where it's 10, then you'll run through again where it's 11, again 12, and so that can add up a lot. And so if you have 10 different options for here, then RSI period we do 7 to 21 by 3, that's what? Another 7, 10, 13, 16, 18, 21, that's another 6. So just between these two, now we have 60 different combinations, which is kind of funny. And RR, say we do 1 to 3 by 1, we'll multiply 60 by 3, 180. If we want to optimize this, that's times 2, 360. Now this, we can do 10, 30 by 10, another 3. So that's close to 1,000. Or just over. So this can, if we do regular optimizer, it's going to go through every single one of those, and that's going to take a long time to run the strategy. Where if we did, or this optimizer, if we do the genetic optimizer, it's just going to generate 1,000 random ones, completely random, and then show you the best. So I like this better. It's faster, and yeah, it's just faster and not like waiting hours and hours. So another thing we're gonna do is we're gonna come in here and choose. I like this. This is net profit, the max drawdown. This is something I custom built, or custom coded. It's not very complicated, but you guys will not have that. So for this, let's just do max net profit. Now we also want, now we have our inputs here. I'm going to change these a little bit. Offset will do 10 to 25 by 5. And now we can also afford to make test a lot more combinations because the genetic optimizer will run a lot faster. RSI period, we'll do that. First reward, 0.5 to 5 by 1,000. And then, yeah, that looks good. Then we can also optimize our data series. So for that, we're going to do 2 to 8 by 2s. And if you're ever confused by what these numbers are, you do min is 2, max is 8, increment by 2. That's what all of these are. Min 7, max. So now we click run, and it should load up the data and it'll tell us how long. So about 2 minutes. So I'm going to pause it, maybe a minute. So yeah, I'll just let it go. Oh, I'll let it finished. Okay, so these are the results it gave us. And these are all the best results from January 1st until yesterday, June 17th. So now each of these are different inputs. It does get kind of scary once we have all these. So we have all these, we can see the analysis. So this is a pretty good graph. So this one, not as good. We don't want it, we want this equity graph to be as smooth as possible. Also, not as good. That one's okay. We don't really like to see big spikes in either direction. Yeah, good. So we'll just go with this first one for now. So this one looks decent. So we're gonna do open a new strategy analyzer tab. It's gonna open a new tab. It's just start to run the optimization again. We don't want that. So just click abort here. Now come to here and switch to backtest. So now these are all the settings we have for this first test. So just to show we can do run, and there we go. Same numbers, same graph. So one thing we can do, well, first thing we want to do is we want to make sure that we are not overfitting our strategy. And so this would be a pretty overfit strategy if we started running it tomorrow, because the markets can change and we don't know if this will still work tomorrow. So to test how well this thing actually works, you're going to use out of sample data. So basically data that we haven't tested already on. So there's no new data. We're just going to go back in time. We'll just do all last year. The exact same time and period, except last year. So we'll see if 15,000 with a 1 to 4 profit factor. I'll run it again, but for last year, exact same months, minus 15,000 or minus 11,000. So this just shows that just because it looks good in one time period doesn't mean it always is going to work. So let's go back another year. Minus 24,000. Another year. Plus 2,000. So overall, definitely looks like it loses money. So this would not be, a great strategy to be running. So in the last 4 years, it lost $35,000.
Connection lost.
Let's try this, see if that makes sense. This just affects the time of day that it trades. So this one, it can only trade during when the market is open. So from 9:30 a.m. Eastern to 4 p.m. Eastern, I believe. So also not like money. So that kind of just shows you how, just a little bit on how you can optimize to find good strategy or find the parameters that you want to run on your strategy. You just gotta make sure that it's gonna work on new data. So let's see if we can find a good strategy or good parameters for the strategy. So what I like to do is do from 2019 until 2023, end of 2023. That way I can test everything on 2024. So let's run this again. This will probably take a little longer since there's a lot more data. So I'm going to pause it, and then once it finishes loading, then I'll keep going. Alright, so these are the results. And so, yeah, this one, don't like this at all. This one, it's a little better. I'll come back to that. This one, pretty similar to the first one. This one looks okay. From 2022 on, that looks really nice. So we might come back to this one too and just, maybe the market change in favor of this strategy and that'll continue. This one also, same thing. Since March, February 20th, 2022, almost straight up since then. So, yeah, let's go with this one. It's going really slow right now. Hopefully it doesn't crash. And yes, it's gonna, yeah, I think it just crashed. Okay, that's annoying. Alright, so got Ninjascript back up, Ninjatrader back up. It did crash, and yeah, I'm looking at finding the PC at the moment. But so optimizing and finding a strategy that works is
Order submitted.
pretty difficult. So that is just kind of just an overview on how to do it, and one of the ways to do it. There's a lot of different ways, and so yeah, I don't think we'll be able to. We might not be able to find a good one, and try to keep these videos less than 30 minutes. So instead for this video, well, that basically so far up to now shows you how you can optimize it, and you guys can play around with that and figure out what works for you. Now I'm going to show how a very simple way that you can edit your code to make your strategy more profitable. So we're just going to do a real quick one that won't crash it. So come on. Okay. So we are just going to optimize a couple, just to find one that I like. Ooh, that's 1 minute. Yeah, we're just going to do this here so far. And optimization, optimize with genetic, and form generation. Offset 5, 2, 7, 21, 7, R 0.5, 5, 5, 1 indicator optimized, really, 5, 5. Now run, really hope it doesn't crash. Okay, so yeah, that didn't profit factor basically just showed us ones that didn't take any losses. So those are not good to use when you're finding a strategy. So we're going to change that to max net profits. And here we go. So we're going to take this one, open a new strategy in another tab. It's going to run the optimization again. We're going to click abort, go to backtest, and now we have our inputs. Okay, so this is the settings that we are going to try to optimize on, or make the result better. So one easy way to do it is come to here. We can do come to losing trades. I like care about the entry time. So losing trades, and then go to average max adverse excursion. So we can see, no, we'll do winning trades. We can see the profit. These are all these trades ended up hitting TP. And their max adverse excursion is basically how far they went in drawdown. So this one went $685 in drawdown before it went to TP. This one went about 625. So what we can do is we can wait until we are, let's say $500 in drawdown before we enter. So if we waited until we were 500, we would not take any of these, but these two would be a lot more profitable. So maybe for this strategy, we would want to wait until we are 350. So we would miss out on these two winning trades, but each of these would win $350 more because we're waiting to enter. So that's just one way that you can, look at these stats and find out how to create a, make your strategy a little bit more profitable. Another way we can do that is all entry time, then hours a day. So you can see all trades that we entered at 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. we lost money overall. So if we just didn't trade at 2 p.m. or 6 p.m., that would have saved us. This was minus 2,000, minus 2,000. That would have saved us $4,000. And this strategy would have been $4,000 more profitable. And you can also look at half hour of the day. So yeah, 2:30, 2, 2:30, 3:30, and 6. That would have saved us a lot of money. And so these are just a couple tips that you can do to try and make a strategy more profitable. I mean, you can argue that these are overfitting your strategy, and they probably are. But if you have enough trades and enough data waiting for being in drawdown or blocking out certain kinds of trades can definitely make your strategy a lot more profitable. So hopefully these tips work and this video is useful. Yeah, thanks for watching.